Hello, Abraham. Take that deep breath. What you're doing is awesome. What this is awesome. And what you're providing to humanity at this kind of time of awakening, I think, is, for me, is amazing.
It's specific. It's specific in response to your asking, isn't it? Isn't that really what's happening? It's specific in response to who you are. And so the credit is yours.
Well, I'd like to see this light for me, so I'm thinking of this as a jam with infinite intelligence. When I was a young man in college, I studied science, physics, and I had some epiphanies, sort of those moments where I was trying to understand what we had a scientist, Einstein, who said energy E equals mc squared. It sort of said it was all energy. And then I got this notion that I was curious about the source. How did this energy, where did it come from, sort of that source idea, and it just sort of is. And I got this flash, it just said, it is. There was no like beginning and end, it just is. It's still hard to get my head around that. And then there was another piece of that. It says, I am. Okay, I'm perceiving something about it. And then I'm a part of it. And then I can know it. And this knowledge thing, this knowing piece has been sort of a quest of mine to sort of, and on your scale of emotion, knowledge is way up there. This knowing, it's up there with joy. It's up there with appreciation. It's up there with love. And so there's sort of this, I guess there's a lot of things I could say, but the essence of what I want to ask is from the non-physical perspective, because we're in this time-space place. And so we are, or I am oriented to...
And so are we.
Well, I get that. So I'm curious because I see the time-space place as being a projection of from where you are, so to say. No?
It's an attraction. In other words, that projection thing is what trips you up.
Well, it's a projection and a perception, and the perception.
Explain the projection from your viewpoint.
If I'm at essence source energy, and I've projected myself into this physical form, and I'm now looking out through my physical senses and hearing and sensing. Now I'm thinking, and that's really a kind of question, what the hell is thought anyway? What is thought? I'm modulating in my physics world. That would be a frequency. Source energy sort of has harmonics and frequencies, and so if I'm thinking, if I'm holding that thought for 17 seconds, pretty soon I have something that a lot of things can resonate with that become a reality for me, is sort of how I'm seeing it. And so that's sort of that resonance is, I think, the law of attraction in some ways, because if I put it out there, my word was not grid, but a lattice. So I project there's a lattice energy out there that can fill in with resonance of things that become my experience. So that's just my way. Your words trigger these thoughts.
Well, your words are perfect words. We find no disagreement with anything that you're saying.
That's terrific. So then I have this question about essence.
But let's go back and tidy up this projection thing just a little bit.
It's sort of for me, and then I'll be done with that. Is it project and then perceive? And if I'm aligned or resonating with my source, and so I've modulated source frequency.
Just use these words instead of project and then perceive. Use the words intend and then allow.
Great.
I'm standing where I'm standing, and I'm holding an intention, because the intention is the asking and then the allowing, and it's different from projecting. It's huge. It's the biggest stumbling block that humans have in understanding what creation is. Right here. This is great. This is great
because the projection is sort of do it, and intending it is think it, or just imagine it, or visualize it.
So here's the question.
Or dream it.
Do you project your thought?
Yes, of course. I mean, thoughts radiate.
But play with us for just a little bit. Come with us to the light side.
I get it. If I think, I radiate.
But there's a difference. Of course, there is a projection. We've been saying your source energy, and a part of you comes forth into the physical, and that certainly implies a projection. But we want to soften that, because all consciousness exists as a state of being. And so we're just exhilarated in what's coming next, because we have not been here before. So as your source energy, with the intention of a part of you being in this physical body, from the source energy state of being, it's already done. So now, here you are, allowing and attracting unto you here. Mm-hmm. Did you catch the difference? There's such a big difference between those of you who are new. You are blessed to be patient and listen, because thought has not been in this place before. This is a leading edge understanding. It's the difference between assertion and attraction.
Yes. Yes. And my words around your three-step deal is sort of ask, and I love your word bask because it just sort of says chill, but ask and it's really done, I think. And that's
ask, intend.
Okay. So it could be intend, but
project.
Project?
Very soft.
Well, that's what radiates from the thought. I mean, it modulates this source into this lattice energy was my word for grid that fills in. But so the way it works for me in my words is this ask, bask.
Which is the allowing.
And then let the how be the wow.
Which is the grid filling in.
Yes,
Which is the grid filling in.
Yes.
Hello, Abraham. Thank you for your teachings, and thanks to all of Abraham-Hicks. I want some clarification on something connected to what this gentleman just said. I understand that looking forward, feeling forward, moving forward is where the juice is. I understand that looking at the floor...
Let's modify that just slightly, because we've said forward, but we mean now.
Okay.
We mean here. We don't mean future, we mean here. But there's a lot that is forward that is in your here. As in looking out the windshield rather than at the floorboard.
Right. And that's a metaphor that I use when I drive. I drive all the time, so it's a great reminder of focus.
But when you think about it, when you're in your vehicle and you're looking forward, it's really your immediate future. It's so immediate that we could almost call it now.
Oh.
Because you're not driving for tomorrow or the next day.
Or the next 10 blocks, just the immediate block. Yeah, thank you. That's exciting. Thought expanding. Now, I've stumbled upon something as I've...
And you're such a patient man.
Bring it on.
And when you are tuned to the frequency of source and you're allowing all these clear-minded, interested, loving partners to focus with you, you can see way down the road in your now. Esther's discovering that she has a new sense of direction that she never had. She's seen things in the road that she never saw. In other words, she's getting assistance that she was never allowing herself to have, even though it was always available. But her expectation of Jerry's intertwining with her now is opening her to allowing more of this seeing down the road that has always been available. Now it just matters more to her.
Powerful stuff.
It is indeed.
Juicy, yes. Now, I've stumbled upon something that I want clarification on. It feels like forward, but I have a new understanding of my life. I have an Abraham illumined understanding of my lifeline. And now that's the past. And there's some years there that I have. But when glimpses of my past come to my mind, I understand it very differently. I see it very differently. I have a new vibrant new interpretation of it. Now, it's the past, but I have a new
But here's
view
the thing.
of it.
Anything that you're focused upon in your now is now. So whether you're focused upon the past or the present or the future, you're doing it now. And the question is, are you doing it in conjunction with broader perspective? Are you doing it with the whole of who you are? Because you could be in your now remembering something negative from the past, and the discord you feel as you remember the injustice is your indicator that you're remembering it and you're focused upon it, but you're not blended and merged with the whole of who you are in the conversation that you're having or in the experience that you're having.
So then when I'm blended, when I'm in the vortex, what I used to see once upon a time as an injustice, let's say that as an example, now I don't see it as an injustice.
Yeah.
What I saw as a character defect, I see it as a good quality
And
emotion.
we have been saying about that very thing fairly recently, that in that case you're seeing through the eyes of source. Now we want to modify that, clarify it, be more specific by saying you're allowing yourself to see through the eyes of more. Rather than through the eyes of source, we want to say through the eyes of self. We want to bring that source that is felt apart from you into this focused moment.
So I feel like I have a new life or a new understanding of my life. That means I'm seeing it through the eyes of source. I'm seeing the same events through different eyes, the same facts through different eyes.
But in order for you to see through the eyes of source, you have to be blended with source or you wouldn't see it. So if you're blended with the perspective of source and you're seeing it, then who's seeing it? You or source, or are they the same?
They're the same. They're the same. And I like my life.
And anything less than that isn't good enough for you. That's why you feel negative emotion when you don't do that, you see. That's why when you find fault about the past, present, or the future, you feel awful because you're not blended. You're not all that you are. And it's the self-deprivation of who you really are that the negative emotion is the indication of.
So I'm going to push this. I'm going to
Good.
be a little provocative
Yes.
because there are a lot of spiritual people sitting
Yes.
behind me. So then there's nothing to forgive because there are no villains in my life.
We've said that for a long time, that we've never been one to forgive, and people are aghast at that. And we say we don't forgive because we never condemned to begin with. So forgiveness is coming back into alignment after you've been out. That's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is just realigning with who you are. And you may have heard us say to many people, don't forgive them for their sake, forgive them for your sake. In other words, they were a rascal. We get it. We get it. But forgiveness is alignment. It's giving up resistance. That's the best definition of forgiveness. Giving up resistance. Giving up your justification to be out of the vortex. Giving up your justification to be depriving yourself of the source view. Giving up the justification of being out of alignment. That's what forgiveness is.
So just like looking at my lifeline, I see it very differently through what I call Abraham lit eyes or Abraham illumined eyes. The things that I've been doing, like running and yoga and reading and music, I see them very differently too. I mean, these things have been in my life for 30, 40 years or more, and they're completely different.
Yeah.
The same, but completely different.
Everything's different.
You have changed me, or I have changed me through your teaching.
You have come into alignment with who you are. The credit is yours, but the influence is ours. And you see, you always have that influence there. That's the thing that Esther is discovering. It's always there to be tuned into. The tuning is your choice, you see. And sometimes you're just dropping out of an airplane at 40,000 feet and you don't have time to tune. So you just have to sort of crash and burn and then start over again.
I love you very much, Abraham. Thank you very much.
That's clear to us. Our knowledge of your well-being is enough to sustain it. No matter what you do, you can't mess it up. But you can pinch yourself off and have a miserable afternoon. Or longer. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey, and that is the reason that we've conveyed it with much more than words. It is exhilarating to us to feel you come into the alignment of that which you know. There is no homework in the sense that there's nothing that you need to remember here. But it is our promise to you that you are now forever changed as a result of what you've come to know in these hours that we've been together. Your grid has moved into a new vibrational patterning, and what fills in with it will be different, and it is our absolute expectation that you will notice it. We are appreciative of those who drag your physical bodies here, and we are appreciative of those who are all around the world who are tuning into us at very odd times in some places. We are appreciating the consciousness that you bring to this forum, and it is our promise to you that there will always be a consciousness far greater and far more vast than you have any words or numbers to even understand, that are focused with you not only in powerful, important moments like this, but in every moment of your powerful and important experience. So watch for the sustaining well-being that surrounds you, and expect more things to go exactly, precisely, specifically your way.